Hello and welcome to another episode of the Eunice Ajim Show. I am your host, Eunice Ajim, and this is actually a very, unconventional episode because I'm always big about chatting about investing in Africa and startups and venture capital. And I made a post on social media and asked like what people wanted me to speak about, and my husband said I should speak about my family and him. So I will dedicate this episode to my husband because he's an amazing husband. I think we tend to undermine the importance of having a great spouse, especially for women in business, right? It takes a different kind of man to be able to take a step back and let his woman shine. And I think that's exactly who my husband is. And I hope that a few of the other men out there can learn something from Mr. Kletos Ajim. So my husband and I think like that's the reason why we even got married. I mean, my husband and I met December of 2019, and I don't know if I would say it was love at first sight, but it was definitely a very intense connection at first sight. We met at a wedding, and in his word, I was dancing on the dance floor, but like definitely like captivating the attention of everybody else, including himself. And he was just too shy to like approach me and speak to me. So he sent an older mother that I couldn't disrespect to come and speak to me and ask if I could give him my number. And obviously I eventually did. We spoke, and within a very short period of time, if you guys have heard my story in the past, I often speak about how I was homeless. Entrepreneurship was not easy. My car getting repossessed. But I never tell you guys like the turnaround. In fact, a big turnaround was after I met my husband. He actually met me when I was in that season. I was pretty much like couch surfing. And at the time I had no car. I was taking the bus. And this is like December season, like there are a lot of festives. And then he decided that he wanted to travel. And he knew I didn't have a car. This was like us speaking like 5 or 6 days into us like chatting. And he's like, I'm traveling for a few days. I know you don't have a car, and I've just seen how you've been struggling getting the bus. I'm happy to give you my car key while I go on this trip. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. Comes back from the trip, and then we're speaking. He knows I'm into entrepreneurship. Like, I have a company, I'm building it. He doesn't fully know that I'm struggling, but like he has a good understanding of like my interests. And he decides that he wants us to go to a conference in San Francisco. I'm like, bro, you know I'm broke. I don't have money. I don't know how I'm gonna get those flight tickets or any of those things. And he said, I got you. He buys our flight tickets. We're 2 weeks into speaking, and he just takes care of everything. And we go to this conference, and it's an amazing conference. And I'm excited. Like, the speakers are great. I feel like I'm pumped. I'm motivated. And in the midst of it, one of the people that I was staying with, the reason why I was staying with them was because they said in exchange for, instead of paying them rent, I was going to like clean their clothes, wash the house, cook, and do all of the I was pretty much like a maid, but like that was not paying rent, to be able to sleep at this house. And then I'm at this conference, and like this person is just like a very mean person, and they just become very rude. Like, they're harassing me, they're claiming that they will report me to immigration. And you know that when you're an immigrant in America and somebody says that they'll report you to immigration, you automatically shy away from it. Like, you run on the other side for no reason, right? And he's just been super mean. And like, I'm at this conference where like I'm supposed to be super excited, and I just start tearing up. I'm like, man, like what have I done to this person? And immediately he asked me like, what's going on? I show him the text messages, and he's like, you know what? I know we just started talking. I have a 2-bedroom. I've never shared this actually. Like nobody knows this except for like our close friends and families. And he's like, I have a 2-bedroom apartment. Like, get comfortable. You don't have to, like, nobody deserves to be treated this way. You deserve better. As soon as we get back to Austin, pack up your stuff. We're moving in together. And this was like 2 weeks into knowing this man. Like, this is just to tell you like how much character my husband has. And I don't give him enough credit, but like a big reason why I've been able to accomplish so much with Ajim Capital is because I have a great partner. And I think a lot of men that are successful don't always appreciate their spouse. And I just think that when you have a great spouse that is actually very supportive, you need to be able to like share that. You need to be able to like let them know that it's thanks to them that you're something, that you're somebody. Get back home, we go to that place, I pack my stuff, I move out. And 2 months into our relationship, that was actually when I had met the other investor that was just bullish about what I was doing. And man, like my husband just pushed me. Like he was celebrating me. He was always sure, like if I had a pitch competition, if I had an event, if I had to like create content, my husband was always the one behind the scene, really pushing me and like really helping me get to where I wanted to be. And I just think that I wanted to take this episode and just appreciate the kind of man that he is. It takes a different kind of it takes a different kind of soul to be able to like really let your woman shine and be in the background and just support her. I think for like a lot of startup founders out there, like get comfortable really sharing about, you know, your work and how you're feeling. My husband is always like, Eunice, you do realize that you have told me this idea 500 million times, and every single time you're just as excited about the idea as if you were telling me for the first time. But every single time he sits there and he listens, and a lot of the time that's all we need. Like as entrepreneurs, we always have so much going on. We always have 1,000 ideas on like how we can improve the world, and just having a supportive spouse that is encouraging you, that is putting you first, understands that you have ups and downs, and knows that they will stick around with you no matter what, is a blessing to God. Like I personally think God crafted my husband. Like he was not what I was looking for, but he was everything that I needed in that season and in the season that I'm going through right now. So this is a little bit of a different podcast episode, but I really wanted to dedicate this episode to like great spouses out there that are just there pushing their spouse to the next level, especially for women, because we all know we're African women and not a lot of African men would be able to like really push their wives and let them shine the way my husband does. So you just never know. Your wife might be the next Kamala Harris and the next vice president of the United States of America. So let them shine. All right. I hope that I just hope the best for you, and I just hope that every single day you wake up and you're excited about your purpose in this life, and the purpose that God put in your heart to make it happen. And that purpose has to do with living your African dream. Have a blessed day.